Hey everybody, welcome to episode 213 of Is This Thing Working? How are you doing today, Denise?
I am doing awesome. I couldn't be any better than I am today. It's Friday, TGIF, everyone. The end of the week, the end of another week. And it has been crazy. And the closer it gets to election time, the more crazier it's going to get, folks. 100%. So make sure that you follow us on all of our platforms.
Yeah, most definitely. Now, hey, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, X, we're on Truth, we're on Getter, we're everywhere. Spotify, Apple, YouTube.
And we just want to remind you that these are our opinions and our assertions.
Yep. And if you agree with us, you tell your friends and you share the show. And if you don't agree with us, you tell your friends and you share the show.
And you make sure you download this Rumble app that we're looking at right now on the screen. And we are live. No editing. It's raw. Everything that we're doing is raw. So make sure you download that Rumble app so you can see us go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Also, soon after we get done with our live stream, about an hour later, we download it on the podcast. So anybody out there who listens to us on podcast, you get it almost immediately thereafter for your listening pleasure.
Yep. So please go to it, download it also.
Yes. So let's everybody welcome to the show.
Welcome, and let's do the next thing, which is welcome our sponsor.
Let's do that.
Yep. Our sponsor is, as always, Cornbread Hemp. And hey, if you're looking for the highest quality CBD, Cornbread Hemp delivers USDA certified organic full spectrum CBD products crafted from Kentucky grown hemp. With a commitment to clean, natural ingredients, Cornbread Hemp uses only the best parts of the plant, the flower-only extract, ensuring that you get the purest CBD possible, free from unnecessary fillers. Whether you're seeking relief from stress, better sleep, or simply want to boost your wellness routine, Cornbread Hemp offers oils, gummies, and the topicals that are third-party lab tested for quality and transparency. So you trust Cornbread Hemp for your CBD needs. Nature's wellness delivered straight to you. And Denise has been showing the webpage here. She's been scrolling down through it. And if you look at their products, they have a lot of really quality, top quality, full spectrum products for you.
Let's look at the shop. Let's shop for some. Let's
do it.
Cornbread Hemp right now. Here we go. We got, like James says, full spectrum CBD gummies. Now, I like the watermelon gummies. They relax me after an evening, man. And
right.
It just chills me out, and I kind of get a little second wind, too, and get a little cleaning done and everything. So
that's exactly right, and that's what CBD does. It helps promote wellness,
Yeah, lots more energy, and you feel healthier. I like the CBD lotion because my knees, man, they bother me at nighttime, especially with this weather changing. I've been noticing, and I've been using their lotion on my knees, and it really, really helps. So please make sure you go to www.cornbreadhemp.com and hit promo code ITTW for 30% off your first initial order.
Yep, promo code ITTW for 30%.
That's right. That's right. And what do we do the first time? The first thing out of the bag.
What are you talking about?
What am I talking about? What is the
spit
first?
It out.
Spit
Come
it
on.
out. Okay.
Tell us.
All right. Let's see. Call to action.
There you go.
There we go.
Bannon watch. Yep. Call to action.
And from here on in, all the way till November 5th, we are going to be getting out the vote. And we're going to listen to little Miss Natalie and Maureen Bannon, which we call Captain Bannon, which is Steve Bannon's daughter. And they're going to give us the call to action. Let's listen to them, what they have to say.
We are joined by the one and only Captain Maureen Bannon. I miss your dad. That's all I have to say, as I'm sure you do too. But in the meantime, you are certainly helping to keep War Room chugging along. Hit us with everything we're working on, the Get Out the Vote stuff, events.
Okay, thank you, Natalie. So the main focus my dad has, he has two main focuses, but the top priority is the War Room Posse. We need to get out to vote. We need to focus on the Get Out the Vote effort, and we need to get everyone that we know registered and get them to have a plan to vote. So if Denver can show the first slide. So everyone needs to go check to see when the last date to register to vote is in your state.
And I'm going to pause it right there so everybody can look and get out your number 2 pencil and write this down.
Yep. If these are states that are relevant to you, which Texas is,
it is, and we've known this, and we've been telling everybody for a while that October 7th is the last day to register. That is Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that what that is? It's Monday coming up. Wow.
Yep. By the end of the day, Monday, if you ain't registered, you'll vote Democrat.
Well, that's true.
So, yeah, please get registered.
Yeah, get registered. This is very important. Get out the vote. So here we go. Let's finish listening to Maureen.
State. On Monday, Arizona, Florida, Georgia, Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Texas, that is the last day to register to vote. Tuesday is New Mexico, Wednesday is Missouri, and then Friday, Idaho and North Carolina. Please make sure to go check to make sure you are registered to vote. You need to call your friends, family, and your neighbors, everyone, make sure they are registered to vote. There's only 32 days left. I know the tracker that Rav has says 31 and 7 hours. 32 days left to vote. You can go download the Get Out the Vote apps, Easy Vote Action, Turning Point Action, and specifically, if you're in Nevada GOP, you can also sign up at talk.donaldjtrump.com to get a script if you want to call people to make sure that they are registered to vote and have a plan to get out and vote.
We are joined by the
that was real important too, is the talk.donaldjtrump.com. They'll have, if you want to talk to people about voting and the importance of voting in this country, you go to that website. If you don't know the things to talk about, the things to say, at least that script's there so that you can have a guideline to follow and you can talk to people. Yeah,
and that's what we've been telling you, this Easy Vote Action and the TP Action apps that you can get, and they do give you a script, and you can text people and you can send postcards, and you can, take 10 friends, talk to 10 friends, email 10 friends. People in that are in your community, you can actually go and gives you addresses and tells you if they're conservative or a Democrat, one way or another. And if you feel more comfortable just going to conservatives, there are so many conservatives or people that lean conservatives that just won't vote.
Yeah. Well, and they've lost faith in the system, and rightly so after all that we've seen, and not even just the talk from 2016 from the Democrat side and Hillary Clinton and Stacey Abrams, not all just their talk, but then what happened in 20 when we seen what happened in 20. But if you think about it, man, people our age, we've been seeing this crap go on since when? 2000.
A long time.
4.
Yeah, 2000.
2000. Yes.
I think 2000.
Yeah, it was 2000.
When it really got prevalent, when we really started seeing
Bush and Gore.
Some crazy stuff going on.
Bush and Gore.
Yeah, absolutely. So, it's everyone's saying too big to rig. So we need everybody out there to vote. We need it too big to rig, even though they're going to try to do it. And I know we try to be positive about this, and it's hard. It's hard right now when so many things are going on, so many disasters are happening. Then there's a war that's like knocking on our door, and we have an election coming up, and it is the most important election, folks.
Yeah.
In our lifetime.
I'm telling you, if we don't get control back of our government this time around, I think we're gone, man.
I do too.
If we're not already gone.
The globalists have taken over, and they're going to fight us the whole way. I mean, they keep talking about how we're going to have like October surprises, but so far we've had a couple, with a hurricane and and other things that are going on, at the same time.
Yeah. And I've had some inside information, too, that there might be something going down October 7th through the 8th, around in that time, man.
Now, October 7th is turned into one of those scary days.
Yes.
So that's Monday. So we'll see if we can get through there. We'll be talking to you about it, that's for sure, on Monday. And that's like everything that's been happening today. President Trump, he's been all over the place. I mean,
as
literally always. On Kudlow this morning, and, I'm not a big Kudlow fan.
Right.
But, he needs to talk to those people that, I mean, they're more moderate, I suppose. Kudlow was in his administration. So they have a great, a great, what am I trying to say? A great friendship.
Yeah.
Relationship. They have a great relationship.
What was he in President Trump's cabinet? Is he an economic advisor?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he was more in the economic part of it.
Okay.
And there was a lot that they didn't agree with at the end of 2020.
Yeah. And
so they kind of didn't really talk for a little bit there. But for him to be on Kudlow, it was kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
For them to sit and talk.
Well, cool.
So that was pretty interesting. And then CNN come out with these numbers. I believe this was yesterday. Yes, October 3rd, 2024, breaking. Donald Trump is a clear favorite to win the 2024 election under CNN's, the leftist, latest national poll.
Yep. With odds at nearly 70%. And what's so funny is, just like this morning, you sit there and watch Fox News, and Trump was up by as much as 9 points, I think, in their polls. I thought I had a picture of it I could pull up real quick for reference, but I can't. So keep moving.
It's totally okay. But we know why. We know that the people want President Trump back. There are many, many people. And Kamala Harris, she wants to come out and act like that she's like a woman, President Trump, or trying to say that her policies are better than President Trump's.
Here we go. This was from Fox News this morning, and it said this. I know I'm throwing this in on something.
It's okay.
But it says more voters think Trump will handle the economy better. And Fox News polled it at 46% for Kamala and 51% for Trump. Quinnipiac was at 45% for Kamala and 52% for Trump. CNN was 39% and 50%. NBC was 41%, 50%. And the New York Times Siena poll was 41% Kamala and 54% Trump.
Wow.
So,
if
they're saying, like with this, they're saying the biggest margin in that was only plus 13 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's amazing to me that all of a sudden, they're coming out with all these polls that President Trump is up. Of course, they're saying it's just on the economy, and they keep bringing the economy up, but it isn't just the economy. The economy probably is the number one issue of Americans, but there are a number of other ones that also are affecting the economy. For example, the illegal aliens that they have just swept into America and invaded us, and then hurricanes. We had a hurricane. Horrible hurricane. As bad.
A lot of damage.
As bad as Katrina. I mean, just
every
devastation. We are going to talk a lot about that. So there is so much that's going on right now, and it's so political. Everything is political. But really, are you better off now than you were 4 years ago? Inflation, gas, mortgage rates, average rent under Trump. Under Kamala, look at this. Inflation, 9.1%. 5.02 in gas, $5.02 in gas. Mortgage rate 8%. Average rent $17.39.
8% is a good mortgage rate right now.
It is a very good mortgage rate. I mean, we just had to buy a car. Oh my gosh. And we bought a used car. And so, you get more, bigger interest rate with that, and
it was
than you would.
It was at
7%.
Yeah.
So that's ridiculous.
Yeah, but the lady told us that there is no 0% financing right now. That, what'd she say, the lowest rate on new cars was like 2.9?
Yes.
Yeah, something like that, 2.9.
Because the car that we got rid of was a 0% rate whatsoever. I mean, I didn't pay any interest whatsoever on that car.
Yep.
And so
and that was in 20.
And that was in 20.
Yep.
And it's totally amazing to me that I didn't want to buy a new car though this time.
$300 a month difference in rent. Almost 6% difference in the mortgage rates. Gas has doubled in a lot of places. And look at the inflation rate, man. The inflation rate at 9.1%. That's a nuts, man.
It is nuts, and it has not changed.
And it will not get any better under her.
It will
because
not get any better. Let's listen to what she has to say. It's only 7 seconds.
We just need to move past the failed policies that we have proven don't work. We just need to move past.
Yes, we do. That's the truest thing I've heard her say ever, I believe. And yes, Kamala, we do need to move past them. That's what we're trying to do right now.
That's what we're trying to do.
Kamala, vote for President Trump, and you will be part of helping move us past these failed policies.
It's funny because on Trump War Room here, this is where you can get all kinds of really cool clips of Kamala or President Trump. They keep it going. This is his team that does this. So, but they've had this up here since September 25th, which is when I think that she said it, as a reminder that you need to vote for President Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but like you said, he's everywhere.
Yeah, this is a town hall that he is in today, which it was Fayetteville, North Carolina. And let's listen to just a little piece of what what he has to say here.
Realistically, because of the failed foreign policy out of this current administration, we are on the verge of World War III. When you get back in office, what are you going to do to change it?
So a lot of things are happening very fast, and, we could end up in World War III before we get there. The way it's going right now. Look at Russia with
I'm really
Ukraine.
worried
That's
about
a
that.
disaster. Look at the Middle East. It's exploding all over the place. And we have people we have a president that he spends most of his time on the beach sleeping. I never saw a guy could sleep in front of a camera. Does anybody think of it? I don't sleep that much. I toss and turn. I think. I'm always thinking. Do you ever do that? You're sweating and you're thinking and you're trying to figure out how to beat this one, that. Look, how to make our country great. But I toss and I turn. This guy just falls asleep on the beach like there's nothing to it. I wish I had that ability. That's one ability he has that I do not have. And I wouldn't mind having it. I could use a little extra sleep. But we are going to do things with our country. We just have to be respected again. Viktor Orban, he's, the fake news, a lot of fake news back there, by the way. But the fake news, they call him a strong man. He's the head of Hungary. And we have, and he's, very strong guy, very tough guy. But, more than anything else, a very smart guy. And they said, why is the world blowing up? You have the Middle East is blowing up. You have Russia, Ukraine. That could lead to catastrophe. You talk about nuclear weapons. That could be a total catastrophe. Why is it? He said, if you put Trump back in the White House, it's all going to end. You're going to have peace. We had 4 years. We didn't have any wars. We didn't have any terrorism. We didn't have anything.
100%.
And I won't tell you exactly what he said. Maybe I will. He said because they were afraid of Trump. I don't want to be the one saying that, but they were probably afraid of me because they think I was crazy, and that's a good thing to think, right, soldier?
They can't predict him.
They said this guy is crazy.
Putin admitted that.
No, he said that you put Trump back in the White House, you're not going to have all of that stuff is going to heal. October 7th would have never happened. The attack on Israel would have never happened Remember, Iran was broke. They weren't giving money to Hezbollah. They weren't giving money to anybody, any of these, they call them delegates of terror, a lot of different names, but it's always of terror. And there was no money for Hamas. And now you look, because you were such a big part of it, we had no attacks, we had no terrorism, we had no nothing. For 4 years and I wanted to talk about it during the 4 years, but that's never smart, right, Robert? That's never smart to do. So I didn't, but I talk about it a lot now. We had no attacks. We had none of this stuff going on. We defeated ISIS, by the way. We took ISIS. We defeated them in 4 weeks. It was supposed to take 5 years. I rebuilt the military, and we had a military, and we have great generals. Not the television guys, by the way, the real generals. I'm talking about, like, Raisin Cane, General Raisin Cane. You know who that is? But we defeated ISIS quickly. It was supposed to take 5 years. We did it in 4 weeks. We have a great military, and we have a military that's not woke. You may have a few people on the top that are woke, and we're going to get rid of them so damn fast, your head's going to explode.
There you go. There you go.
That's cool, man. And he's right now having this town hall right now as we speak. At least I think it's still going on.
Yeah, probably is.
Let's check it out. Nope, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's over.
It ended 26 minutes ago. We always seem to get to the end of them. One of these days, we're just going to live stream them.
Right?
But, folks, we're just now figuring out how to live stream ourselves. Yeah, so we'll get to that part. I promise you we will. But President Trump will return to Butler, Pennsylvania for a rally at the site of the assassination attempt. The community says it will be a moment of healing. I refuse to be terrorized. Here, let's listen to this.
Them bringing the body down where I saw that stick with me to the end of my life.
Do you think you're going to go?
Yes.
Why?
I refuse to be terrorized to the point where I feel like I'm only safe at home.
Also returning, mother and son, Donna and Joe Hutz.
I knew my son was scared to death because he was holding my hand. He had held my hand since he was probably 5 or 6 years old.
How are you two going to support each other through this?
Hold hands. I don't know.
How are you doing now?
I'm doing a lot better. I ended up in trauma therapy. The way I described it to my therapist, I says, I can't get out of the bleachers.
They hope to turn a weekend of tragedy into a time of healing.
You're not going to scare us away from the rallies. You're just...
Defiance.
You don't get to win.
Them bringing the body down where
That's right. You don't
get to win.
Yeah, you don't.
And that's America. That's Americans.
Yeah.
And that is going on all over the place. Well, we're just going to talk about old Joe Biden for a second, though, before we get into the...
This is what I found most interesting and what I wanted to talk about the most. And I'll tell you why here in a few minutes. Let's go through this, man. This is by the great Colin Linebarger.
That's it, from the Gateway Pundit.
Yep. Chaos erupts when Joe Biden takes over at the White House briefing room, and he also undercuts Kamala Harris in the process. Joe ain't been in front of the press since the entire time he's been a presidency, has he?
President Trump just told you he was sleeping on the beach. He was sleeping on the beach when the hurricane hit. You know, he's always sleeping on the beach when something big happens. But he made history for himself on Friday and created chaos when he appeared in the White House briefing room for the first time since assuming power nearly 4 years ago. By doing so, he also undercut his sidekick, Kamala Harris, as she desperately tries to pander to voters.
This was so awesome. And the reason that I say it was not just because he undercuts her, man, but because he just shows the world I'm really not the one even calling the shots, man. Look, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Where has he been?
Well, he comes out and he brags. He said just yesterday, shipping carriers, after some discussion with the International Longshoremen's Union, came to an agreement to keep the ports of the East Coast and the Gulf open. We averted what could have become a major crisis for the country. But today, we got even more incredible news, he continued. The new jobs report showed we created 250,000 jobs in September. Now that alone by itself, to me, I have mentioned this, not on air, but because I still wasn't for sure about what was going on with this union, and why all the people came out and had to strike right now. Why right now? I still don't understand. I mean, they did it for 2 days, 3 days. How many days was it? 3 whole days?
Maybe, yeah.
Or maybe 2 whole days. And then they came up with an agreement really fast.
Yes.
And then that agreement is extended until January 25th of 25.
Which is what, a week after the transfer of power?
That's exactly right.
There you go.
So to me, this was politics.
All the way.
And it was to give Biden and Harris a win.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Same thing with this jobs report. This jobs report that came out, we know daggum well, almost cussed. We know darn well that they did not create 250,000 jobs in September.
Right.
Because every month for the past 2 years that they come out and say they created jobs, what have they done?
Been debunked.
Yeah, that's true. They've been debunked.
Debunked.
But they have taken these numbers away, all the way down to 180,000 or 125,000. So I don't believe anything that they have to say.
Exactly.
But here is a little clip, and we're gonna let you listen to this crazy old man here, who is he looks like he's excited that he's not running anymore. You know what I mean?
He is, man.
Even though he's a criminal, and we really should be still pushing.
Yeah. But hey, look, man, and I want to tell you something. Yeah, he's a criminal. Yeah, he deserves to be in prison for the crimes of influence peddling and laundering and all of that. Yeah, he needs to be in prison for it. But the way that they done him, you know what I mean? I have to turn around and go, hey, man, dude,
they went along with
you.
it. They went along with it. He went along with it. The media went along with it.
Do you think he could have fought it?
Yes. I think he could have done whatever he wanted to do if he decided to do it. But they could have put him in jail too, You know how they do. You go against the regime.
That's exactly what I was going to say. More than likely, they threatened him with jail time for his crimes. But just like with this, though, they come in there. He said, man, I'm running for president. I get 14 million votes in the primary. And they come in and hand him a letter and go, Joe, you're not running, man. He's like, what is this shit, man? You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I was hoping that what he would do, which I think in a way he's doing it, but what I was hoping he would do is stand back and look at him and go, hey, F you guys, man. I'm going to go over here and side with Trump now, and I know everything about all you people.
I know.
You know what I mean? I thought he could have used that, though, for real huge leverage, man, against every one of them.
Yes.
But I think maybe the way he's doing this right here, it to me, this is what he is doing.
Yeah, because listen to him.
Sir, I didn't call on you, sir. I didn't call on you. Nandita, thank you. Nandita, go.
There have obviously been a number of crises that the country has been facing over the past several days with the hurricane, with the port strike, with the situation in the Middle East. Can you talk about how your vice president, who is running for the presidency, has worked on these crises and what role she has played over the past several days?
Well, I'm in constant contact with her. She's aware we're singing from the same song sheet. She helped pass all the laws that are being employed now. She was a major player in everything we've done.
We have hurricane laws,
including passage of legislation which we were told we could never pass.
No.
And so she's been, her staff is interlocked with mine in terms of all the things we're doing.
Well, see, he says it. Kamala Harris goes right along with what his policies are. So why is she out there trying to change her policies now? You know, like everyone is saying, she had 3.5 years to be America first instead of America last.
Yep.
You know, I do want to take this.
She had 3.5 years to make sure that our inflation rate didn't pop 9.1%. You know,
oh yeah, she come
had
out
3.5 years. Yeah,
she come out today and said we have created 750,000 manufacturing jobs since we've been in office, and everybody knows that was President Trump.
Yeah,
that it was not her, and they did not create those jobs. Those jobs just came back on in the numbers after COVID. That is the only thing that happened.
Right. We know.
You know, but I want to take this time to tell you about, we get a lot of our information and news from the Gateway Pundit. They are on top of it. And they also have Gateway Pundit Hispanic. And you can go to gatewayhispanic.com to read news of interest to the Hispanic community. So if you're interested in that, please go there and help them out and support the Gateway Pundit. They work really, really hard to give us the news and
visit AmericanGulag.org to learn how to help the prisoners of the J6 protests.
That's right.
Yeah.
So go there and you can find out all information that you need to there. You can go to TGP Videos. They also do a podcast on the January Sixers. It comes out once a week. You can find them on Rumble under Gateway Pundit. So please look for that. Please look for that because they are very busy and they are, you know, they are right, you know, and they have some funny stuff that they, you know, come out with, but we really like them.
They're on point and they bring signal.
You show that you see right here how they bring the receipts.
Yes.
You know, they came with this video. They have their opinion of it, and you can take it however you like, you know, but we like them. So
just like right here, at the bottom of this article, it says right here, but when Biden regained his footing, he took an opportunity to knife Harris and deliver an in-kind contribution to the Trump campaign. See what I mean? They think the same way that I do, man.
Yep.
They do.
Absolutely. So it was kind of a new thing.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we see Biden isn't following the rules anymore because they would never have allowed him to be in there. I think he just kind of walked in and started, you know, like.
Do you think that, or do you think KJP knew he was coming?
No, that was the whole thing. It was chaos because no one knew he was going to be there.
See, I told you.
They knew he was going to give a press conference, but it wasn't going to be like that. It was going to be
I'm telling you, if I had been in his position and they had cooed me out of power, they had just pulled me away,
right.
You know what I mean, and took my damn voters, and yeah, I'm going to come at them somehow.
Some way.
Yeah.
Yes.
You bet, man.
Oh, man. I know, but we're going to get to the meat of it right now because of what's going on in the hurricane path, all those towns and cities and the mountainous people that live up in the mountains and the muds. Oh, my gosh, It's terrible.
And we
South Carolina, Georgia, North Carolina.
Yeah. And in North Carolina especially, we have to remember about and in Tennessee too. You know, they had the dam failures too.
Yes, that's right.
That caused a lot of this stuff too. You know what I mean?
Yes. So there is a lot of information out there about FEMA and whether or not FEMA is helping, and FEMA is coming back saying, "Hey, you know, we're doing our stuff," but we have receipts. We have people on X that we follow and that bring the receipts. You know, they get all these texts. They're reporters, they're journalists, you know, and they report the news. And so they've been reporting this. And Laura Loomer, she said this was 7 hours ago. She said, a source just sent this to me. They can't speak out publicly for fear of professional retribution by the federal government. This further reiterates what I posted yesterday. FEMA is actually blocking people from helping rescue and aid people who are trapped in North Carolina. And so this is the text that she got. She said, so I can't post this. Hold on, I'm not going up too far. So I can't post this myself, but maybe you can get this word out. We've been in Greenville, South Carolina with 12 medevac helicopters under FEMA. We are just sitting here doing nothing. FEMA won't send us in to help with medical or even supply delivery. We've been here since Sunday. We are all frustrated at not being allowed to help because of red tape. We could carry a 500-pound payload of supplies for those in need. Nope. Sitting here, we asked to go to nursing homes in affected area that are cut off to provide primary care. Nope. Won't let us do shit.
Yep.
I mean, and here is another one.
Yeah, here's another one. It said it's true. They are now about to shut down the airspace to regulate the private choppers we are riding in to deliver Starlink and supplies. We're pushing back with Trump team as well to help us, but not looking good. We need help to get the word out about FEMA. We spoke with Ivanka and handed out Starlinks with her yesterday, but FEMA then showed up and started blocking us.
Yes. The largest concern for us here is the FAA throttling flights for our choppers where they are requiring to and from information and mission now to deliver a discrete code. You remember this? Okay, just take a moment. Does this not sound exactly what happened in Afghanistan? When they went in with choppers, this right here, how they were throttled, how they had to have.
You mean Hawaii?
Well, no.
Maui?
Well, I know what you're talking about in Maui and everything, but this chopper thing, when people were going over to Afghanistan to
for the relief
to rescue
everybody,
people bring them
them
back. You know, they had to have to and from information and mission now to deliver a discrete code, and it had to be all
a bunch of red tape,
a bunch of red tape, and all under like a secret
protocol.
I just don't understand that, you know. And then Colin Rugg over here, he goes on to, and repeats more stuff, man. He says FEMA is blocking and seizing shipments, which is what we just discussed. The source is Musk. Musk says FEMA is actively blocking shipments and seizing goods and services locally and locking them away to state they are their own. Volunteer. FEMA said they are too tied up at the border to send more representatives to North Carolina. Musk, source 2, they are now about to shut down the airspace to regulate the private choppers we are riding in to deliver Starlink and supplies. And that's when they talk about Ivanka.
Yeah.
He just repeats all of that. And then Laura Loomer's source, of course. But what gets me here is Elon Musk, he comes out and he says SpaceX engineers are trying to deliver Starlink terminals and supplies to devastated areas in North Carolina right now. And FEMA is both failing to help and won't let others help. This is unconscionable. They just took this video a few hours ago where you can see the level of devastation, roads, houses, electricity, water supply, and ground internet connections completely destroyed. FEMA wouldn't let them land to deliver critical supplies. My blood is boiling, he says. Here, let's look at this. I know for the podcast audience, I'm not really for sure.
You ain't got to play much of it.
We won't play much. We just want to get he's in a helicopter viewing the devastation. You can see the roads are gone.
Yeah, it's just a big mudslide, man.
It looks like it just turned into a river.
River bottom. Golly, look at all that, man.
Man.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's just pretty bad, everybody. And we really need to pray for those people up there, and they need help. You know, it's
the government's not going to help them. They said they gave them a $750 check and a kick in the ass and said, "Here, goodbye." And man, just one more thing of why you should hate your government.
Right.
You know what I mean? Really.
And the thing is, the fact that we have to depend on our government like this is out of control. I mean, we pay for and put aside money for disastrous relief, for that kind of stuff, and that's why we have insurance and all this other stuff.
They have taken every bit of that money and they have wastefully spent it on other crap, man.
They really have. And just like I have right here where Representative Matt Gaetz, he comes out with breaking news this evening. He said numerous whistleblowers have come forward to my office this week to sound the alarm on FEMA's severe mismanagement issues, which have left first responders on the ground to assist with Hurricane Helene recovery efforts without deployment orders. For context, he said, FEMA redirected $1.4 billion of taxpayer funds over the past 2 years to illegal aliens due to border czar Kamala Harris's open border policies. Secretary Mayorkas now says the agency doesn't have enough funds for hurricane relief. Today, I sent a letter to Mayorkas demanding answers on whether FEMA misappropriated taxpayer funds in the disaster relief fund to be used on non-disaster relief programs for illegal aliens.
They gave that money to Zelensky. Man, I'm telling you. Or they
that's
stole
what they're
it
not
somehow.
saying.
Yeah, they're not saying where it went.
Because, it's amazing to me how over the years, and no one has mentioned this yet, but over the past couple of years, when they do their auditing of the, government, they say they're on it, and then they need money all of a sudden for Ukraine. All of a sudden, $600 billion is found, just like that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I am under the impression that they just pick and choose where to put all this money that they sign into law, and everything about the Biden administration is America last.
Yeah. Well, here we asked the question, what did they spend the money on? Here's a letter from that whistleblower that details how the department's wasted and misappropriated the funds. I guess it's down here lower in the article.
Hold on, let me see if I can get it to move.
Oh,
there it goes.
It's bouncing. There we go.
Daily Mail drives me crazy.
Come on, Daily Mail. And the letter also alleges hundreds, if not thousands, of first responders and service members have been without deployment orders, like we've read.
And they're waiting in hotels while others have sat idle as Americans throughout the Southeast are in dire need.
He says, here he goes. He goes, oh, that's, what does it say right there? Is that Gates's letter right here? Is this what he's talking about? FEMA has wasted taxpayer funds, misappropriated, and left other federal. Where's the letter that they're talking about, though, that supposedly he got from the whistleblower detailing how they wasted?
No, he sent a letter.
Oh. He sent the letter.
He sent a letter to Secretary Homeland Secretary Mayorkas. Yes, see, he sent the letter to them. My office has been in contact with whistleblowers, and then he says FEMA has wasted taxpayer monies and misappropriated and left other federal, state, and local responders without deployment orders. Yeah, this is over the last 2 years, FEMA has handled
out more than a billion taxpayer dollars to specifically support illegal migrants housing. Yeah. But now, oh, wait, there you go. Was it? Oh, it won't move.
Yeah, well.
Okay. But now there's no money to help out the 150,000 American citizens who have reached out for federal assistance after their homes were damaged. He says they don't have the funds, man. It's just nuts.
It continues and continues. More whistleblowers, more people coming out. The videos that are coming out with all the people are saying, hey, we're stuck. We can't do anything.
So that's how they're wasting the money is they take them and they deploy them and they put them over there and they just set them there and then it costs to just have them set there.
Yes.
And that's how they're wasting the money. It's a damn shame. Like I said, it's another reason to hate the government, and it's just another example of the government hates us too, man.
They do hate us.
They do, man.
They do. But one person that really he is out of Florida. He's a Representative Corey Mills. He has been on top of all disasters. He was like, I guess why I also referenced Afghanistan.
Yeah.
It's because he was part of the rescue team as well, Corey Mills. And he also is part of this rescue team.
Okay.
He was part of the one that went to Hawaii,
right?
The Maui one. And he, in the assassinations of President Trump, he's investigated all of these. So in the event that you have any questions or need any
information to look up,
whatsoever,
reference to
you
something,
look
yeah,
for Corey Mills, and he is out there in North Carolina right now. And Glenn Beck had a conversation with him today, and this is what went on. He said, Corey Mills and I spoke with the only FEMA crew we could find in Asheville, North Carolina. It was stationed off the main road where no Hurricane Helene victims could easily see them. We got here yesterday, which was a week late. They could go online, make a phone call, or use our app to get them in the system. The app is great. They don't have internet. How do people know this location exists? That would be the new and then they said that would be the news media's job. Well, they don't have TVs.
Exactly. Yeah. They sit in their cars to charge their phones and listen to the radio. You mean the cars that were washed into the river? Yeah. We actually go door to door. When will that start? That's way above my head. Do you want to talk to my crew lead? Yeah.
And then the crew lead. We don't necessarily go door to door.
Yeah.
I mean, these people don't need your red tape, FEMA. Get out of their way and let Americans be Americans and help each other. You know, that's what we used to do. We used to not worry about the government coming in and being a hand and holding our hand and everything.
Yep. Well,
you know, we helped each other. We went and we took care of each other. But they don't let us do that anymore. What is that? Why?
Yeah, I agree.
Why doesn't that happen? But what drives me crazy, severely crazy, is FEMA.
Yeah.
FEMA announces, and this actually has happened and is proof that FEMA announces non-citizen aliens will be granted disaster assistance. So they will take care of the non-aliens before they take care of Americans. Like I'm always saying, they're America last. So this, what I thought was cool about it is it happened 8/17/2023. We may provide disaster assistance to qualified non-citizens. And qualified non-citizens include permanent residents, non-citizens granted asylum, refugees, certain non-citizens of their spouses or kids, and more. Nowhere in there does it say Americans.
Exactly.
Does it say citizens? No, it just says permanent residents.
So from this point forward, when you see one of your members of Congress stand up and act as though they're incredulous that the government is not going in there to help these people now because they don't have the money, you tell them and gently remind them that they knew about this back last year.
Yeah.
And did nothing to correct this problem.
No, because they keep sending them all to all these places.
That's exactly right.
You know, all of these swing states, look, Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Arizona, Nevada, Michigan, and Wisconsin are the states that they continually try to take over to cheat. And look how they're doing it.
The great replacement theory. And that's why I said when you hear them or see them come out and speak incredulously now, you know, and like they're in shock that, oh, my God, you tell them, no, sir, you knew about this last year.
You did. You did. But
call them out is what I'm telling you.
Yeah, well, you want to know what? FEMA don't like it. They don't like it at all.
Well, look at this. Like you talk about the places that they have taken all of these illegal migrants to and the places they've trafficked them to. In Georgia, there's 45,747 in Georgia now. They say that is a percentage increase since 2021 of 401%. North Carolina, which is our been the main focus point past few days. 32,681. That's a 446% increase since 2021. Pennsylvania is 25,000. You know, it's 241%. And then you look, the biggest one is Arizona. You know,
well, actually, Michigan. Well, Arizona is 734% increase since 2021.
Yep.
Nevada, 562% increase since 2021. Michigan, 775% increase. And then Wisconsin, 467% increase. This is amazing. And this is the great replacement theory.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree with that. It's not a theory no more. It's actually happening.
It is happening. We are being invaded.
We are.
We're
being replaced because they can't get the votes anymore. They know they can't do it without cheating. The people are not on board with globalism here in America. We are free here in America.
We are not on board with government censorship.
We are sovereign.
You damn right.
Here in America. We don't, want to be any other country but America. The country that our founding fathers built here in America. But we have a government right now who just wants to come out and instead of fix the problem, no. They want to come out and say, rumor control. Hey, everybody, that's all rumors.
But Mayorkas said it. He made a public statement.
Well, Fema came out and said, hey, FEMA is waging a PR battle to combat rumors and confusion about the failures of the Biden-Harris administration to take care of Americans affected by Hurricane Helene. In a post on X on Thursday, FEMA said, there has been a lot of rumors spreading about the Helene response. Rumors can create confusion and prevent people from getting assistance they need. Help us share accurate information.
We are sharing it. Yep.
Yeah, we're sharing accurate whistleblower information because the only way we get anything done anymore in America is from whistleblowers.
Yep.
And then whistleblowers are afraid to even do anything because they'll put them in jail like they did Tina Peters.
Yep.
She was a whistleblower and she got 9 years. 9 years in prison.
And had to stand there and take a beratement from some communist judge, man. Yeah, I sat there and listened to
I listened to it
too, man. And it was horrible.
Disgusting.
The shit he was saying to her.
Yes. But anyway, here's what FEMA said. There has been a lot of rumors spreading about this. And they're confusing. It's a lot of confusion. Help keep yourself, your family, and your community safe after Hurricane Helene by being aware of rumors and scams and sharing official information from trusted sources. Do your part to stop the spread of rumors by doing 3 easy things.
Go ahead. Find trusted sources of information. Wow. Share information from trusted sources and discourage others from sharing information from unverified sources. Well, hell, that's what we do. That's what we try to do each and every day.
Rumor. They go, rumor. FEMA does not have enough money to provide disaster assistance for Helene. Fact. FEMA has enough money right now for immediate response and recovery needs, depending on what it is, actually. If you were affected by Helene, do not hesitate to apply for disaster assistance as there is a variety of help available for different needs.
We will give you $750 and a boot in the butt and tell you to go away. Yeah. Rumor, FEMA is asking for cash donations and turning away volunteers. Fact, this is false. FEMA does not ask for or generally accept any cash donations or volunteers for disaster response. We do encourage people who want to help to volunteer or donate cash with reputable voluntary or charitable organizations. After a disaster, cash is often the best way to help as it provides the greatest flexibility for these reputable organizations working on the ground to purchase exactly what is needed.
If you encounter someone claiming to represent FEMA and asking for donations, be careful, as that is likely a scam. Government employees will never solicit money.
Anyway, we could go on with this shit
and make
man.
fun of it because, all they're worried about is rumors. They're not worried about going over there and helping.
And that's the truth. We shouldn't really be sitting here and laughing about it. We should be fighting mad about it and demanding that they help. Demand that they quit blocking other people from coming in to help, man. These are our people over there, and these are our people that are hurting over there, man. And our government has turned their back on them.
Yeah. Please pray for everybody, folks. It is really bad.
Yep.
And there are places out there that you can go to help. You can go to Samaritan's Purse.
Yeah.
I have heard that one is the one that we trust the most.
That's Franklin Graham's.
Yes. And Fox News, I will say, has a link to the Red Cross that you can help there. And really do look up really ones that and that you can research. I will say that. There are people out there, but there are also people that are taking helicopters and okay, so Glenn Beck's crew. What's the name of Glenn Beck's?
I can't remember it offhand. Yeah,
but he has a lot of people that help out. He does natural disasters also. He did a lot with Maui and a lot with Afghanistan. So you can always look up Glenn Beck and find out what's going on there. But I do agree with them on one thing. Don't put your money out there where you don't know where it's going, But one thing I found interesting was David Axelrod. He says the quiet part out loud as Biden blocks ongoing rescue efforts. Claims Hurricane Helene victims in North Carolina are mainly Trump voters who will find it hard to vote.
Yeah.
Is that disgusting?
In typical Democrat fashion, that's what they do. They never let a crisis go to waste.
You just want to poke him in the nose.
Yeah, they never let a crisis go to waste. It's said that Obama-Harris whisperer David Axelrod, host of the X-Files podcast, said the quiet part out loud as the Biden regime blocks the ongoing rescue operations. Axelrod said Hurricane Helene victims in North Carolina are mainly Trump voters who will find it hard to vote in the 2024 election.
Which makes them so happy.
Well, that and that was just a summary. Here's what he actually said. David Axelrod said affected Democrats from Asheville are upscale liberal voters, and they're probably going to figure out a way to vote. I'm not sure a bunch of these folks who had their homes and lives destroyed elsewhere in western North Carolina in the mountains, they're going to be as easy to wrangle for the Trump campaign.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah,
it's total disgusting.
Yeah.
And if you still vote Democrat, all I can say is I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry that you can't see what's going on. Democrats are not the same as your parents.
What about the Democrats that live in western North Carolina that got their homes washed away?
There were several.
Well, what about them?
Said, hey, I'm a Democrat and I'm not getting any help either.
Yeah.
So, I have a feeling that these people that got hurt, they don't care right now about any election and they won't be voting Democrat or Republican. Would you be blaming them right now?
Not at all. Not at all. And I would take big offense to anybody that come up to me wanting to ask me about it at this point in time too.
But I'm just trying to live.
Yeah. With your $750 check, trying to stretch it as far as I can.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, folks,
I keep bringing that up, but that's just because that's insulting, man.
It is very insulting.
Yeah, that's highly insulting.
But people are stepping up to help, and that's what Americans do. We're American first, not America last. And folks, thank you for showing up tonight and listening to us. And I hope you have a great Friday and weekend. We have a lot planned this weekend. It's going to be busy.
Right. And can I put this in here real quick before we do get off the air? I want to say this, man. And I have a family member that lives in North Carolina. and they're doing his motorcycle group, and a lot of them, they're doing all that they can to help people too. And we got a Facebook message group between me and all of my cousins, and it's really cool to keep up with each other. And we've been worried about him and his family over there, and they're fine. They're fine, and they're not in that big affected area. But this is what he said, and he sent this letter to us, or this note to us in our group. And he said, okay, family, he said, in the Asheville area, drinking water is a big issue. Our stock MGR, our stock manager at Food Line, said he can sell a pallet of water for $325. The goal of our Combat Vets chapter is working on a disaster relief plan. We want to try to buy 2 whole pallets. Each one has 36 cases of 24 bottles. And if anyone wants to help us reach that goal, please let us know. We can give you PayPal, and many other items that he talked to us about. He said that many other items have also been taken: first aid, medicine, diapers, clothing, gas, food. He goes, again, please let us know if you can help. And so I just wanted to use that, man, right now as an example for anybody that's listening. If you're there and you feel it in your heart, man, there's all kinds of ways that you can help these people, man. Just like he said, one of the things that they need the most in the Asheville area is drinking water, man.
Just plain old water.
And
things that we're taking for granted right now because we're, not living in a hurricane area at this time.
So there you
We've
go.
been there.
Right.
We understand, but we have not been in that bad of a circumstance.
But hey, man, if our government's broke and FEMA's broke, they ain't going to come in and help. Hey, man, the least that we can do is try to do what we can do. And if that's what it takes, do something like that, man.
And if you're interested in donating, please message or comment us, and we'll give you the links to where you can donate. And that would be just awesome if you could do that. If you can. I know that there are probably other ways that you're helping, and we really do appreciate that. But anyway, y'all have a great evening.
Is this thing working?
Rise up.